Welcome to the first section of the Win with Women workshop. Section 1, Attracting and Approaching. Why am I doing this? I've got this picture here of this gigantic monster. I saw it in some book somewhere, and I just took a picture of it. Somehow this resonates for me with what we're dealing with here. The monster could represent many things. I could sit here for 2 hours plus just talking about why I'm doing this. There's many reasons. But men are facing challenges in the dating world and the relating world in ways that we've never ever experienced before. You have to be so many things to succeed in this arena. And why do we keep coming back to this? Why don't we just let it go? Because we really can't. This sex thing, this woman thing, this desire thing, it just will never leave us alone. It's the way we're hardwired. So we have to navigate this world as best we can. I'm fascinated by women. It's been a lifelong study. I've followed this and gone into this because I'm frankly very interested in it, and I'm invested in it. See me as a fellow traveler who has gained certain successes and had certain failures, and sharing that with you. I'm not on top of the mountain as a guru. I'm not going to hype up a lot of things like so many other dating coaches would. I'm not going to tell you this is guaranteed to work every time. There are a few things that I think would work extremely well, but I'm going to be real with you. And we're going to go through this together. So again, see me as a fellow traveler. I'm 50 years old, and that's a lot of experience, good and bad, that I want to share with you. But I will say on this note, in observation of my fellow man, my fellow, all the guys out there, I've done pretty well. I've got a pretty good resume in dealing with attractive women and having success with them. So this is not really like a seduction course. This is not how to manipulate people, but there will be seduction involved and there will be some manipulation involved. That's a kind of a trigger word. I don't know, there's probably a better word to use, but manipulating in my definition is getting someone or influencing or encouraging someone to do what you want them to do. Now in this dating game, the man has to be the leader. There's tons of women who are assertive and exhibit male qualities. That just become a very commonplace thing. I don't even have to talk much about that. But inwardly, innately, most women, 80% plus, want the man to lead. They want the man to make decisions. Okay? So we're going to get into all this. For some reason, I just felt intuitively prompted to just show you this monster image to stick in your head. You're like the Jedi warrior. You've got to be so many things. That's why so many guys have failed in this arena and continue to fail, even if they've gotten married. There's just so many things that I'm not sure they're aware of, and that's what this course is about, is making you aware of certain things, giving you choices, giving you options, telling you the bottom line. And what I add to this, there's tons of dating courses out there, tons of dating information on YouTube. It's countless, really. What I offer, I think, in a different way than anyone else that I've seen out there, is that in the fourth section of this course, we're going to go into kind of the spiritual dimension. We're going to talk about meditation. We're going to talk about yoga. I'm not going to talk about no-fap. I'm not going to talk about any of that kind of stuff. We're talking about purpose, life purpose, meaning, how you can attain it, and how it affects everything else that you do in the world, including dating women, having relations with women of one kind or another. I'll say this one last thing before we move on. The ideal is, in my opinion, to meet and marry one ideal woman that you just feel you totally click with on all levels: sexual, emotional, spiritual, intellectual. Now, maybe that's a little bit of a fantasy. Maybe that's not realistic. But it's still, I think, worthy to have that ideal. I myself have never been married. I've had many opportunities to get married. I've chosen not to because the match just was not right. My pattern is not to, even though I did have kind of a few one-night stands in my 20s, that's not really what I'm about, and that's not really what I'm going to coach you on. I'm talking mostly to what I think are sigma males. You have your alpha males, your sigma males, and your beta males. We're going to get into that. But sigma males kind of, it really resonates for me. It's kind of like, when I look through the list of what that represents, I see many, many features that I have in myself. And I think that's who I'm talking to. It's to men out there, and perhaps a few lesbians that want to do better with women in their lives. It would still apply. Who need an edge, who need something to get you from point A to point B. Okay, and so that's what we're going to get into. Now, romantic love is one of the most powerful motivating forces in life, in my opinion. You know, I've seen some of the red pill videos, lots of them actually, and it's like, I think to myself, you know, these guys are talking about, oh, I want to get a Lamborghini, I want to make millions, I want to do that, I want to do that. So let's say you were able to achieve that. You cannot fuck a Lamborghini, okay? You're going to have still basic, essential human needs that need to be met, and that's really never going to leave you if you're a healthy man. And so the ideal is to come together in a love relationship of some kind. It's inspired mankind for millennia.